What's up, everybody? This is A7X Fan Ben, and this is an overview of my Grand River. So this is a super rare custom ship for my fantasy set, Pirates of the Epic Seas. So it's a holographic super rare. This one I actually designed way back in 2011 when it was still part of my Age of Sail set. That was way back when that was my only custom set, and basically it was mostly almost entirely historical customs. Now it's all historical in Age of Sail, and this was just kind of a fantasy super rare thrown in with a few other fantasy super rares at the end of the set. But then I split the sets sometime around 2018, I believe, when Pirates of the Epic Seas exploded with a ton of customs. And so I made the stats back then, and they're actually unchanged from 2011, which was my first year in the Pirates CSG online community and my first year getting back into the game after a hiatus since 2006. And this one, I designed the artwork in 2024, put it all together, kind of got like a sail gradient, made sure to have a river graphic on the hull, kind of a wood pattern there. I think I'm actually gonna, if I make more of them, I actually want to darken this a little bit. My color printer usually prints ink a little bit lighter than what shows on the computer screen and in the graphic design program Inkscape or Illustrator. So it came out a little lighter and a little bit more cartoonish looking than I wanted. So I'm not entirely happy with it, but I'm mostly okay with it. I think I'm just going to darken up all the colors just a little bit and then make sure the name pops a little more. It's in blue right now, but it should be a little darker to stand out. So then I really like the wood pattern I did on the deck. A lot of these details are easier to see in the actual artwork files. A lot of times you kind of spend time designing artwork and then the details come out so small, it's easy to forget how tiny a lot of these things will look on the actual ship. So sometimes those details get kind of lost in the sauce based on the sheer small scale of the game. But overall, I really wanted to do a holographic. It was fun as soon as I started seeing like holographic decal paper online, I knew I had to get some of it. So part of it's driven by nostalgia too, because I remember as a kid opening Pokemon card packs. Of course, everyone wanted to get Charizard, things like that, or get the holographics, the holos, and so I wanted to kind of hark back to that time period a little bit, just on a personal level, and kind of reconnect with that level of nostalgia and have like a holographic that people could be excited to hopefully get and open. So overall, it's a pretty solid 6 message junk for the Jade Rebellion. Good cargo, good speed for a large junk. Cannons are about average, but decent. And then junk, and then it's kind of cheap, but that's because it's got a negative ability. So base move becomes S when she reaches her cargo limit. So you would ideally want to keep her at 4 cargo or less, so that kind of limits her potential a little bit, especially as a hybrid. Not quite as good as her initial cargo looks like, but definitely helps keep the cost down and make it a pretty budget friendly Jade Rebellion flagship. Definitely playable in like a 40-point standard game. And then the flavor text: one of the older junks in Zheng He's new fleet, the Grand River, is both an effective warship and an effective cargo hauler. So, like I said, started this way back in 2011. So, one of my oldest custom projects. So, I used it as a preview super rare for Golden Seas, but it was kind of a placeholder. And more on that later on. Hopefully, that might actually be a separate video as to why it was a placeholder and why it's not officially part of the Golden Sea set. It was a teaser, partly because I wanted to also kind of do similar to what Wizkids did with the way they use super rares as previews for future sets. This one was kind of a preview where when Golden Seas came out, I had barely released any Epic Seas game pieces, or maybe none actually. I think only the Lighthouse of Alexandria, maybe. But basically, it's kind of like a preview for Pirates of the Epic Seas, which kind of I'm never probably going to be able to make that set in full, but stuff like the Cursed Mega Pack was kind of a follow up to Golden Seas, and this super rare was kind of a preview of what was to come. Golden Seas to start out as the full set, and then Epic Seas as something much bigger and more ambitious to hopefully come later on. So anyway, that's an overview of Grand River, how I made it, and where it came from and kind of the inspiration behind it. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more Pirates CSG videos, and feel free to check out the store at Pirates with Ben. Making purchases from there is the best way to support my relaunch of the game. So thanks again.